self-centered fear. But oh well, fuck it. Here we go. Margioki. Sometimes I lay and I thought that I'm. Then I pray, don't take it soon. I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around. Cause all my life I've been waiting for, I've been praying for people to. We don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play. One day, one day, one day, one day, one day, one day. It's not about win or lose, 'cause we all lose when they feed on the souls of the innocent. Blood-drenched pavement, keep on moving through the water, stay raging. In this maze, you can lose your way. It might drive you crazy, but don't let it phase you. No way, no way. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. 'Cause old negativity surrounds. I know someday it'll all turn around. It was all my life I've been waiting for. I've been praying for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. But there'll be no more wars. And the children will play. Right? Because it's all the fraternal order of butt stuff. The fraternal order of brotherhood of butt stuff, and the Jerome Allen Hessicks and the Bobby Ignatius Hoyles. We're the taking the land back from you colonist lizard bastards. You nepo nip suckers. I'm just stoked on life right now, and I like making fun. I'm in the solution, man. There's so many people that have problems and they see the solution. The solution is right there. They just can't grasp it. And I'm here to help people step in the solution because our shit's in order, huh, Mom? I found our forever home. Well, we'll see. I feel like it's our forever home because it's perfect for what I want in life, and I can have like my shop where I can invite people in and we can exchange creative ideas and just make things to help people in the community, you know? It's going to be a beautiful thing. Taos is going to be rad. We're going to clean up some of this generational trash that's just been plaguing the earth, you know, that whole frequency of we're just going to do it like this just because this is how we always done it, because this is how Primo and Prima said it. Well, you're Primo and Prima, we're as smart as us, as the new age, as the people that have the like mind that don't want to fight the wars no more. They don't want to play the stupid reindeer games. They don't want to be stand in line at the DMV and do a bunch of bullshit to feed the beast system. People don't want to do it no more. And I got so many ideas. I just need some help. I can't do this stuff myself. So I'm going to be moving one more time. And I don't even know if it's even possible. I just throw things out there and the universe says, okay, Marge, you've been faithful. Let's rock some people's worlds. And so I'm going to buy a 3D printer and one of those really fancy label printers. See, the thing of it is, I don't charge for my shit. I even have an opportunity to help the community keep their stuff in order too. And all those projects, I don't want to say what I'm going to do. I want to do the project and then come on here and say, this is the thing I did to help my community. Because I just want to offer my services because my resume is bitching. Because I done so much shit in my life. And me and Mom, our stuff is covered. As long as we can go for drives and not have to worry about nothing breaking on the car. So I have a trustworthy mechanic finally, after being screwed over so many times in this Taos, man, this place is a trip. And the people that metric, don't go there. If I could save one person from not going to metric, save your money. They basically charged me $3,000 for a oil gasket replacement. And they didn't even check the radiator. I mean, it was such, their maintenance practices are like from the 70s or some shit. Like they're under a fucking shade tree and they're not charged, you know, like when our bills are paid and when I have excess, I like to do things like buy stickers. I make stickers, straight people like Ranch, and I give them to everybody in the community. And then I make badass shit like caramel, and I put about 1.5 ounces of God's green flower, the true original medicine. I make caramel with it, and I give it to people, and then they get good night's sleeps. And when I give people a good night's sleep, they wake up, they're refreshed, they're in a good mood. Let's go out and do it again. I'm in Taos where everybody's half drunk all the time. They don't ever, you know, you go to Ace Hardware any given day, Monday through Friday, 7 or 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, whenever it opens, and you got people that are they're not drawing sober breaths. Because they're still drunk from the night before. Because they're so sad about their situation in life, they're on this loop. They need to get off this loop, and I want to help people, give them productive things to do so they stop freaking just doing stupid shit. I get wanting to feel better. I used to self-medicate with alcohol for a number of years, and then it didn't matter the consequences until I came to the conclusion that one day, you know, like something bad is gonna happen, and today nothing bad happened, and I don't drink. And I don't have to worry if I'm going to make it home or like I tried to walk home one time from San Francisco and I lived in Sacramento. I make bad choices when because alcohol allows the spirit of good worldly direction, God, that voice in my mind that says, don't do that. That's like, don't mess with people's wives and husbands. Like, just, you know, don't be a trashy hobo. Like, don't do all this gluttonous, soul, like earthly bound shit. Don't do that. Just, like, you know, do the right thing. And thank goodness nothing ever terrible happened to me. Although I did see a lot of crazy stuff. I've seen at a bar, a college bar in Sacramento. I don't think it exists anymore, but there's like a train overpass right there by Capitol Boulevard, not too far. And we used to go there in like 95, 96 is when I go there, that holiday season. And we go there at like that few months when I lived off Tuolumne, off La Riviera, off Folsom Boulevard, off Watt, in Sacramento, and I worked at that Shell gas station. And so, like, it's just a trip to think about, like, where I was then and how the world is now. But see, I lived there, and I was such a drunk, man. I just was a sloppy, messy, want to party, have a good time. And I just couldn't show up in life. I couldn't perform. I couldn't show up for jobs. I get fired from jobs. And I wanted to be the best employee I could, and I just couldn't figure out what that was because I was drunk all the time. And I worked at Alliance, a restaurant right there, got fired from there. Like, there's one rule the GM had, and I went there and I was drinking, and I was always above the rules because I go into ego. Because, see, the only thing that animates us in life is our spirit. Is our breath. Every day if we get to take that first gasp of air when we wake up in the morning, a lot of people do it all night long. They die all night with their sleep apnea and stuff. And they, you know, that's like between our electricity in our heart, making us breathe oxygen air, which circulates in our blood, right? That's what animates us. That's what makes us a being. You know, we're supposed to use that to do things productive. As I see it, live a life of service, and other people use it to freaking chase sensations, and it's weird to me. And then they drink alcohol. And that they have people that do weird chants and incantation. They straight up have witches, like so you have the TikTok witch that make little love spells and cutesy shit, and I'm just making tea and herbs and mullein tea and all this stuff. And then you got the evil ones that are doing weird, that Jesse Zaboter talks about like their weird incantations and doing spells over barrels of whiskey so people drank them, and then they wreck their cars and ruin the lives of others by doing evil deeds by drinking the alcohol. And this is storylines. There's people that live that way. And so it's hard for me to differentiate. Like, I don't identify as a witch. I don't identify as anything. My name's Marge. My ex-girlfriend said, "You're a Heyoka," because she hung out with the folks that told her about all that stuff. And then after that, I found out I was native. And then Mom was from Cuesta, New Mexico, born to Cecilia Cisneros, after we moved to Taos. So I always find out the truth after the fact. I have questions in my life, and then I want to know about the answers to these questions. And so I throw it out to the universe. And as long as I keep telling the truth and being a truthful being, I'm going to get the answers to my questions. Oftentimes I get them whether I want them or not, because I get information I don't necessarily want to know the answer to. I don't want to know that. I don't want to know I'm one of those little weird invert things that probably was supposed to be a dude, but then born female. And so I always felt awkward and weird, like I was in a different body, that I was assigned a body, and then I was born, and then I was like, dude, this body don't fit my spirit. It don't, like, I'm clumsy, like I fall down, I drop things, like I live in the no place space, and then they create systems like schools, and then they say, hey, sit in this chair for all these hours, and I'm like, I don't want to, man. I want to go outside, ride my bike, and watch the birds, because this time of year the red ones are here, or because I remember from one year to the next, unfortunately we moved around so much, we didn't get to be born and raised, so I didn't get to learn the pattern of one place, but I got to pick up the patterns of these people on the 40th parallel in Redding, and then I got to pick up on the patterns of how the people live on that same parallel over across here, down here in Omaha. And then I think about how it's different than when I was down here on the 34th, 5th parallel. Because that's where I was born, and how people down here, they feel different than people up there because they're of a frame, different heart space. They're of a different program. They got another Mandela storyline up there. They got a different textbook. That textbook says they win. This textbook down here says they win. See what I mean? You tracking me? Anybody out there? Can I get some maybe? I just want people to wonder about stuff. Like Bill Donahue, he said that. He said, I don't care if you agree with me or disagree with me. That's not why I exist. I exist to get people to think about something different than the program that they're, because nobody on Roku or Fire Stick on I keep looking. Mom, where are the characters like me? Hey, what's up, Ty? There's no characters like Marge on Netflix. There's no characters like Marge on Hulu. Like all this streaming, I go back and I watched all these shows, and I go back and I watch and I'm like, how is this allowed? I rented season 1 of Amanda Bynes' that She's All That show. I loved that show when I bought my house. Of course, it's because of the laugh track. And I didn't pay attention to what they were saying. But once you get dialed in and you start paying attention to what they're doing, that's why their system is collapsing. Because there's too many people playing in the kitchen, throwing food, cooking weird stuff where the chefs die and all this stuff. And there's they can't support the secrets, the weight of the secrets of the world. And people are just going to bed at night, and they're like, oh my gosh. That's how they wake up with knowings and intuition. And then they go out in the world and people act like there's some kind. See, I always live like this. I always live like that. I'm a human lie detector. Most people are. The only thing is I don't act like I'm not. What was those sayings? You can't bullshit a bullshitter. I used to get myself in trouble because I would think too loud about feeling bad about doing mischievous things, and then Mom would hear me, and then she would find that, and then it got to the point that I would just profess. I would tell on myself. Not like 8-year-old kids just say, you know what, I can't sleep because I, whatever it was, ate candy and I wasn't supposed to. Whatever, like when I got in trouble in the military for a DUI, I got called to the carpet and I'll freaking eat, if I do the dirty deed and I gotta eat shit for it, I'm gonna eat that shit. Because if I did it, I'm gonna do it. Because I don't ever wanna do what I'm doing. So I will take my maximum punishment. And so people that don't have integrity, they really don't like me because listen to the things I'm saying. It's not fun. Being a person of integrity, it's not a fun to do. It's not something. If being an integral person was fun, more people would be of integrity and not on Epstein's list. Like, the nation is crumbling because white dudes do butt stuff in private rooms in their secret societies. That's why they're secret. They don't want you to know that they're all gay. Because it would be embarrassing for them. Let's make 2026 the year that a lot of people get knocked down off their high horses. Let's make it that. Let's a lot of people get embarrassed. Because I don't get embarrassed. I didn't get embarrassed when I had to do all the things that regular people, like I tell them about, like they get embarrassed for me. And I'm like, don't get embarrassed for me. I'm not embarrassed for me. It's just part about being a human, So doesn't everybody have to pee on a table while a radiology department stands around, a crew of 7 people watch? Because you don't see it every day. So when you get one of these, everybody wants to come and see. So the whole fucking department can't, because they filled my body with like 3 liters of fluid, my bladder. They just shot it up there the wrong way. And then they said, okay, I'll hold it. And then, okay, hold her an uncomfortable amount of time. And then they said, okay, now lay on this radiology table and then pee. You know what? The thing of it is I'm already programmed not to pee on tables and beds and lay down. You're not supposed to pee on things and lay down, so my mind wouldn't do it. I couldn't. They tried everything, running water, and I had to go so bad, but my mind, I had to break my mind. I had to, be able to, so I had to, relinquish all this self-centered fear. I had to, okay, people are watching you pee, that's embarrassing. No, I couldn't be like that. It doesn't matter. My feelings don't matter. Like when I was in the military, how you feel doesn't matter. You got to get the job done. And I want to make a world where how you feel matters and you can still get the job done. How come that can't be a thing? I want to change this whole damn paradigm. I just need people that I can count on that are, I need a programmer. I need some grant writers. And you're whatever fruit you help me with, it'll come back to you. I don't want to spend the time because I don't want to know that their structure and other people's do. So grant writers, programmers, and we'll get the ball rolling and we'll help the state of New Mexico how to figure out what to do with their $1 billion dividends from taxes from cannabis, the cannabis industry, and they also have another $1 billion industry in which is not cannabis. It's what's the other one? Hi, Stanley. What do they do in the state? They do oil, natural resources. So So that's so they have all this money, and then they have their dividends for their what do you call it? Their dividends for their made up reindeer games, the economic system with their interest and all that stuff. So they got, that's another $1 billion multi. That's a lot of money. So they have all this money. They don't know what to do with it. I want to help them. And if they don't want to disperse it, then that's a no-brainer. They're just really evil and wicked. And they really are friends to Epstein and the whole system that perpetuates that evil nonsense. And there's karma for that. You notice how America's looking like pretty third world country now? Are people noticing that? America looks like a third world country because we made other places look like a third world country. So now we're getting back our just dues. We're getting back our karma, man. You can't go and you can't walk into other people, a stranger's house. You can't walk into a stranger's house and shit on their floor. And then like take it and then wipe it everywhere. You know, make the family members all. You can't do that. You can't do that. Yet America, you know, event after event, when it feels so compelled, goes into wherever it wants and shits on people's floor and says, "Ha, nobody's gonna stop us anyway." And watch this shit. They're even gonna have parades for me for doing this stuff because that's how soulless people act, man. They're insane. You cannot put your head around or your heart around the mentality of frickin' soulless people. You can't. You will never understand how the mind operates of the soulless. You don't want to, because like attracts like, and you don't want to know. You don't want to know what they do when the sun goes down. You don't want to know what they do in all their secret rooms or the stadiums and their box seats and their privilege and their self-importance and their self-proclaimed power. You don't want to know. They're all power bottoms at some point. To end up on top in their mind, to people, they got to be a power bottom to some. And that's why I never would succeed in that system, because I wouldn't wear the dress. I wouldn't do it. I joined the military and I didn't lose myself. And I was surrounded by people that did. Ma. I lose my heart. And so I got to spend the rest of my life giving people stickers like this, because all my income is blood money. Because it's all from the VA, because I broke my body. So my body's broke. I'm trying to keep my mind intact, and I'm trying to show other veterans that if you rise above the pain, then you want to find a place of peace through what I found in meditation and my candy and stuff like that. And that I can show up in the world as a peaceful being when I used to show up full of rage and anger because I couldn't handle how I felt powerless. I couldn't handle it. I feel powerless. I feel like I couldn't control, and I knew God was in the ship, and I would do things like Mom did when I was growing up. She would clean things like a obsessive thing, that's what, and then I see like when people are OCD, that's because their mind is stuck in a loop, and they keep thinking about stuff that they're powerless about, and so they got to do things multiple times, and it's like a switch in their mind that gives them their power back, as I understand it. I don't do this stuff. I can just understand the perspective of why people do what they do, because different people live in different timelines. And in this timeline, you got to do this 4 times to get over to that one. And it makes sense to them. It doesn't have to make sense to me. I can just understand where they're coming from. I can always understand because I'm telepathic. I can understand, Mom, what do you need? Is your hair bothering? Okay. So what we doing? I've been brushing my hair and her hair 100 times, 111 times. Not every day, because I can't do stuff every day. That's a loop I don't want to be in. Just pure, when I think about it, I'll miss a day. We're on no schedule. And it's a way that I'm present with her. Because I have to be present with her, because if I brush over her ear, she hurts. So I ask, Like I'm talking with her, how you feeling, Ma? You got any teeth that hurt? You know, like I address anything while I'm giving her all my attention. I'm brushing her hair 111 times. And then I do the same thing. That's how I check in with my higher power sometimes. I gotta get quiet because I'm thinking of 1,000 things to do at once. And I said, okay, well right now you gotta take, so I started brushing my hair. And I'll brush it 111 times, even though I want to go zooming off hither, dither, and yawn over there, and do this, that, but I gotta be present just because I have to make myself slow down in the world because it's zooming around. So, got everything all squared away, I think. I think we got the whole radiator. He's like, they look at this thing, and they're like, yeah, it was the oversized, you know, because the ride I got, it belonged to a doctor, and he was like a single dude, and he had nothing but money, right? So, you know, this is back in 1993, he bought this thing, and then these like old construction worker, weed dealer, generational, born and raised around Taos, had it, and like they didn't want to put all the money that I'm putting into it to make it a better ride, and so they sold it to me, and I've been like paying to have it rebuilt, and finally I'm at a place that it's all gonna be all, you know, and the last, I mean, I'm diagnosing it. I tell them, see, that's the thing, if women or, you know, people, dudes, you guys can figure it out. But ladies, single moms especially, if you're in the North New Mexico, like I can diagnose your shit. My body, I'm not fixing stuff anymore. I'm the troubleshoot master of the universe. Shit. I could figure it out because everything has a rhythm, and the way I look at it is vehicles are like a musical instrument. They're like a trumpet, and they gotta have everything lined up in order to sound right. And so when they don't, okay, why? Is it push to pulley, pull a piston? Push a pulley, pull it? Like, what is it? And my maintenance background helps me that I can determine what's right. I could tell that the fuel pump is out if a car has a full tank of gas. I could tell if the pump is out by sticking my finger in the tank because I'm so sensitive. I could feel the vibration for the fuel pump versus if the fuel pump wasn't engaged as it should be when it's on idle. It should still be pumping full fuel, and you could feel that. People just look at me and underestimate me. My whole life people have been underestimating me. It's not anything new, and I don't think it's something that's going to change anytime soon either. So they put 3 gallons of antifreeze. So that is, and I put in a 1, so they were 1 gallon, and they never put it in the reservoir. And so metric's just bad maintenance practices. But so they got it all taken care of, got the door latch all done, Ma, and everything. And I'm gonna help them with their sign, and then me and Mom will be back at Adventures with Ma and Marge. Yeah, so it's good to have Stokes, Ma. It's very nice to not have to live in impending doom. And they already found the bumpers for me. I gotta get a price. I don't know. It's gonna take me a minute to unpucker my ass from the maintenance that I just had done to make. And it wasn't the money that I spent there. It's the $3,000 that I have to recoup from taking it to a shitty mechanic. And they wouldn't listen to me. They would not listen to me. And that is why, karma is something I don't, you gotta be careful how you treat people, man. Anyway. Things are looking up. We'll be up maybe Mom, maybe tomorrow if it's not too cold. Well, now we can use the heater. Now we will be able to use the heater. 10 a.m. Okay, now so Mike can take Mom out. God, I can't believe how that thing was a wide open system, man. They sealed it. It's gonna drive like a fucking beast. It's gonna be so badass, Ma. It's gonna be tits on a Ritz cracker. That's a stupid saying, but it rhymes so good. I don't even like the saying. Because why would you do that to a Ritz cracker? Cheese on a Ritz cracker. Yeah, it's cheese on a Ritz cracker. American cheese on a Ritz cracker. Because you don't put those other ones on it. That's dumb. Got to see the kid that delivers the uh-oh. Oh, gamblers. This chick gets so much attention. She's like Anna Nicole Smith. Is what they compare her to. She's a pretty girl. Looks fade. That's the thing, is everybody looks like somebody else. Oh, this dude's here. I like to pay. People like to come to New Mexico. He's a dipshit. He's traveling with 3 dogs. His gimmick is he wears a skirt and then hits shit in the desert with the stick. That's his shtick. That's his stick. He's feeding 3 dogs, and he takes. And people, a lot of times when they're on the road, unless they're a complete scumbag, that generally they're taking better care of their critters than rich people take care of their kids. So I had to write a list. Okay, radiator, heater sensor, heater actuator sensor. That probably might have been fixed with everything else that they did, though. Door latch, and then maybe they put the fuzzy steering wheel cover. I don't know. I tipped the tack. I found that to be important. I'm glad I didn't do it at Metric. They deserve it, but if they do, I test drive it and my shit's tight and I don't got to worry about breaking down with Mom. I tip the tack. Because then they see the car and they're like, oh my God, this is the bitch that gives the tech $100. So yeah. Tip the tech. Money's just a means to make things to people so they can make their own lives comfortable. Because we're perfectly content, huh, Ma? That's how I look at it. I think I'm going to go eat a piece of caramel. Hella dope, huh, Ma? Are you getting hungry? I don't know what for dinner. It's only 5:30. How about we watch a little bit of that one show? We can rewatch that last episode of High Potential, and then you'll be ready to eat something, okay? The whistleblower. Like me.
That's good.
Blowing whistles. Hello! And trumpets. I'm going to blow whistles. I'm going to blow trumpets. I'm going to have a harmonica. I need to find one of those harmonica things. So I could practice the harmonica without holding it. I think that would be hella dope. Anyway. Alright. Did I say everything I wanted to say? I think so. Alright, life is good.
Life is good.
Keep doing good and good things happen to you. That's my